So when we're factorising trinomials, we're trying to put them into two sets of brackets. The pronumeral should appear at the front of each of those brackets. And then we're going to have numbers at the end in each bracket. To find out what those numbers are, we look at the constant on the end of the expression. And we're looking for two numbers that multiply to give us 3 and add to give us positive 4. So 1 times 3 gives me 3, and 1 plus 3 equals 4. So that tells me my factors are 1 and 3. So I now write those into my brackets. Because everything's positive, it'll be an x plus 1 and an x plus 3. And so that's x squared plus 4x plus 3 fully factorised. Doing a similar thing with number 2. The first term in each of these brackets is going to be y. Now I'm looking at the 12 on the end of this number. So I need two numbers that multiply to give me positive 12 and add to give me positive 7. 3 times 4 gives me 12, and 3 plus 4 gives 7. So that confirms that my factors are 3 and 4. Now again, because everything's positive in here, it's going to be a y plus 3, y plus 4. So fully factorised, we get y plus 3, y plus 4. Sorry about that messy little line there, I'm not sure what happened there. For number 5, we have a negative in here. So we'll deal with that in a moment, but first of all, let's set up what we know our factors will look like. Because this is a trinomial in Z, we know that the first terms in the brackets will be a Z. Now I need two factors of negative 6 that also add to give me positive 1, because the coefficient of that Z term there is 1. So negative 2 times positive 3 will give me negative 6, and negative 2 plus positive 3 will give me positive 1. So those are the two numbers that I need. The signs stay with their number. So that's a negative 2 in the first set of brackets and a positive 3 in the second set of brackets. Keep in mind that because this is a multiplication, and multiplication will give you the same answer in any order, this factorisation is also correct written the other way around as z plus 3 times z minus 2. Okay, we need two numbers that multiply to give us negative 6 and add to give negative 5. So negative 6 times positive 1 gives negative 6. And negative 6 plus positive 1 gives negative 5. So our two factors are negative 6 and 1. So we get x minus 6, x plus 1. So a couple of slightly harder ones towards the end. We need a number that multiplies to give us positive 9 and adds to give negative 6. So negative 3 times negative 3 will give me positive 9. And negative 3 plus negative 3 gives negative 6. So our factors here are negative 3 and negative 3. T minus 3 t minus 3. And to write this a little more concisely, t minus 3 times t minus 3 is the same as t minus 3 all squared. So it is important to recognise when we have a perfect square. For number 15, I need two numbers that multiply to give me negative 32 and add to give me positive 14. Negative positive 16 times negative 2 gives negative 32. And positive 16 plus negative 2 gives me positive 14. So there's my two factors, and writing them in my brackets gives me x plus 16 times x minus 2.